Are you ready for this? See, I love watching Cooking with Tittle, and I'm so glad you love watching too, because we've got a new email address. That's right. It's tittleInTheMiddle@live.com. So I do hope you will email your Tittle. I've got some great green things going on for this year and some healthy treats. Bon appetit, let's eat each and every Thursday at 7 p.m. and Fridays at 2 p.m. right here on Channel 19. And now, back to the show. Hey. It's Tittle in the middle. It's Tittle in the middle. It's Tittle in the middle. Donna Tittle TV radio show. It's Tittle in the middle. It's Tittle in the middle. It's Tittle in the middle. Donna Tittle TV radio show. Your Tittle's in the middle. Want to have some fun? Some fun? Some fun? Some fun? Welcome to the LaDonna Tittle TV radio show.
Is it a case of promises made, promises broken?
I love her.
Chicago's very own LaDonna Tittle, better known as Tittle in the Middle.
I'm here. It's another year and I'm still here. Your Tittle's in the middle, and I'm all fired up with my friend Mike Flannery from Fox 32. Also, we're going to chat a little bit with WVON's Chat Daddy. And I took a little time to say happy birthday to Langston Hughes backstage with some few good friends. And, of course, I'm hanging out with my boys from the Chi. And we've got some Tittles Vittles for you this evening. It's healthy, it's green, and it's good. Bon appetit, let's eat. You're cooking with Tittle. It's more of Tittle's audio pictorial cookbook. Welcome to Volume 1, Episode 9, Tittle's Vittles. We're starting this one off with a tasty Bloody Mary or a mimosa for Tittle's kaleidoscope of psychedelic herbs and spices salads. Yum Yum salads. Number 1 is my spinach, cucumber, strawberry, pistachio, giardiniera salad. We're going to start off first with spinach. Then we're going to slice up some cucumbers in cubes. Next is the fresh avocado. Scoop it right on out of the shell there. Make sure those strawberries are nice and fresh. Next is our giardiniera mix for that kind of spicy kick. And it just happens to contain our next vegetable, which is cauliflower. We'll get to the roasted cauliflower and broccoli in just a few. Continuing on with our kaleidoscope psychedelic herb and spice yum yum salad. We've got our pistachios. Just randomly scatter them over your salad. Doesn't that look good? Here's the recipe. It's a simple salad. Yum, yum, good. Bon appetit, let's eat. You're cooking with Tittle. Now that's what I call energy all day long. My psychedelic herb and spices salad. I call it my yum yum salad. I was so motivated, my energies were on fire. I tell you, this is gonna be nice. I've got my roasted cauliflower, broccoli, and yes, the king of all cabbages, Brussels sprouts. And then we're gonna turn that meal into something really delicious with my zucchini and onions and mushrooms. And then we're gonna turn that into another dish, like my pasta. Yes, a meatless spaghetti that you're going to love. Bon appetit, let's eat. You're cooking with Tittle. Volume 1, Episode 9. More of Tittle's Vittles. First, we're going to make sure our vegetables are nice and rinsed and clean. Cut all of the stems that don't need to be eaten off. Our broccoli is sparkling good, and our cauliflower is looking good. After we've cut and separated our cauliflower and broccoli, and our king of cabbages, Brussels sprouts, are all cleaned up, we're going to add more to it. We're going to layer it with mushrooms, zucchini, onions, and then we're going to sprinkle our giardiniero oil over our vegetables. That's going to give it a kick. And then we're going to pop them in the oven and roast them for about 35 minutes until they're nice, crispy, and juicy and golden brown. And then we're gonna fix ourselves a little plate and we're gonna get down and eat some. Bon appetit, let's eat. You're cooking with Tittle. Hey, we're not finished yet with that nice vegetable dinner. Look how good those roasted cauliflower, broccoli, zucchini, onions, all that mix is so good. With the Brussels sprouts, you can eat it all by itself. What a meal. Good for a late night snack. And just think, no calories and very healthy for you. Any leftovers? I'm down for it. Leftovers, we're going to take a nice pasta. I chose linguine. And of course, follow the directions. I put my pasta in boiling water, which contains garlic, basil, and some onion soup mix sometimes when I want a little bit more flavor. But this time, because we got all that flavor going on in our vegetables, we're just gonna get this pot ready to add our vegetables in it. And you've got a whole new meal. I call this my meatless spaghetti because the broccoli and cauliflower taste just like meat. You know, you're chewing something, and that's a good thing. My meatless pasta dish for those leftover vegetables. And don't forget, eating them by themselves is healthy too. Makes a good late night snack. Bon appetit, let's eat. Here's the recipe. So glad you're enjoying Tittle's Audio Pictorial Cookbook, Volume 1, Episode 9, Tittle's Vittles. This is my Kaleidoscope Yum Yum Salad number 2, so easy to make. First, we're going to start off with spinach. Then we're going to cut up some nice fresh vegetables, onions, green peppers, you know the works, yeah. Then we're going to slice up some cucumbers in cubes. Spread them out over the spinach. Then we're going to add some green apples. Now you can do this with a jicama, but I like green apples. They're so good with this salad. Then we're going to have some black beans and quinoa. Just spread that over the cucumbers and the green apples and the spinach. We're going to deep fry our veggies, our onions, green peppers, yellow peppers, red peppers. So good. Till they're nice and golden brown. Then we're going to place them on our plate in a nice decorative way with a little slice of lime and a little slice of lemon and those nice salad peppers. Sprinkle with some dill, turmeric, and ginger, and it's going on. Tittle's Kaleidoscope Yum Yum Salad number 2. Here's the recipe. Bon appetit. Let's eat. Apple cider vinegar. It's the best, organic and unfiltered. I do at least 3 shots a day, 1 shot to start off with. It's healthy for you. It's the right bacteria for your stomach to digest foods, and it's healthy. Did I say healthy? It's really healthy. Top it off with a nice green apple. How about some deep fried green apples? That's right. Deep fry those green apples and add a little bit of cinnamon sugar on top. Is that delicious? Bon appetit, let's eat. You're cooking with Tittle. Welcome to Volume 1, Episode 9, Tittle's Vittles.
Is it a case of promises made, promises broken? Where do we stand? Joining us, Kyle Santillan, host of the Chicago Morning Takeover on WGCI, media personality Matt McGill, and you may have known her from the radio. Now LaDonna Tittle appears in the powerful Showtime drama about this city. It's called The Chi. LaDonna, yeah, boy, when you pull that gun on that police officer who's in your home.
And you know, the guns are meant for protection, too.
Yeah.
So you're right.
If the folks out there haven't seen The Chi, I strongly recommend it. Listen, you deal, that show gets into the guts of the killing here. 11 died in the riots after Dr. King was killed back in 1968 here in Chicago. We have 11, 12, 15 in a weekend killed here. Why does that continue?
Mike, I've even learned that we've had something like that killed every hour. You know, that's a mind blower, that something happens accidentally with a gun just about every hour. So, promises made, promises kept, promises broken, but we got to promise ourselves to be better. It's within each one. And I think a lot of things start from the home. Being a former Chicago teacher with the Board of Education and having taught kids, a lot of things happen and come straight from the home.
Kyle, you've seen the show. What do you? First of all, do you think it's good effort here?
Absolutely, she's incredible on the show. Are you kidding me?
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. You do a great job on the show.
So, promises broken.
Yes. Promises broken.
So how do we fix this?
I think part of it does start from the home, but I believe that this is decades and generations of influence, right? So it's not just going to stop right now. If we had families, black families, brown families that have been dealing with these issues over hundreds of years in the United States of America, it's kind of hard to go to somebody right now and say, change your mentality right now. You know what I mean? We need more support systems for families. We need more support systems for communities. We have to do things that if people are on the wrong path, in my opinion, it's more than just saying, hey, you, stop what you're doing right now.
So let me ask you this. We were talking about what the Showtime show, the Chi shows is. There's a lot of vigilante justice on the streets here in some of these neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Right.
But inevitably, as with vigilantes, you kill the wrong guy. There's mistaken identity.
Yeah.
I mean, how does the police department stop that if people are doing this to themselves?
I don't know how the police department necessarily stops it. Again, I think it's more of an education and an environmental thing that kind of influences a way of thinking. You know what I mean? And that kind of thing has been, passed down with divisiveness from the beginning of slavery here. You know what I mean? So if there's somebody that's living a certain lifestyle and they came up in that lifestyle and they don't know anything else, you have to find a way to show them something else.
All right, so Matt, how do we do that?
More resources, more money, better schools, dealing with the issue of poverty. If you go back 50 plus years, what Dr. King was able to do, shine a light on the appalling nature of racial discrimination in the country, and it was the obvious examples of racial discrimination, right? Separate water fountains, not being able to sit on the front of a bus, the lunch countertop protest that we had. But the underlying factor has always been poverty. 50 plus years later, racial discrimination looks like we've been shut out of contracts, a lack of jobs, economic development that was never addressed. So as long as you had economic racism going on in America, the problem has always existed.
LaDonna Tittle, do you think Dr. King, were he to come back, would be surprised that we have an African-American former president?
Oh, my God.
Who was in office for 8 years?
He would be right there for Obama. He would be right there for it. But he would also still be for the injustices that continue to go on. Just because we had a black president, and I love Obama, you know I do, because I even had him on my cooking show. So I'm telling you, he would be absolutely proud of him. Because had it not been for Dr. King and so many before him that stood for justice and equality, there would be no Obama.
So there's a lot going right. It isn't just that things are going wrong.
It's a lot going right. It's a lot going right.
So it's
a lot good in Chicago.
So how is it some people are shut out of that? There are other African Americans who are doing extremely well.
That's a good question, Mike. And I can say this. If you shut yourself out, you will be shut out. You've got to, how can I say, be inclusive on things. You just can't put a wall up and say, I'm just going to hate this white person today because he's white. I'm just not going to like that person because there's a different color. I'm not going to like that person because they dress different or something. You can't shut yourself out. You've got to open up and, like they say, love conquers all. I know it sounds syrupy, but I do believe that you have to put a little bit more love in your heart and appreciation and self-love for yourself.
Matt?
I just think where, politics, runs the lives of Chicagoans. You look at this city, the money is chopped up in the city, in city council and in Springfield. And until we see a fair share of that go into the communities on the south and west sides, you're always going to have violence.
Mayor Emanuel says the schools are getting better. He says that he's got this fund that taxes the downtown projects and is going out into the neighborhoods.
Do an eye test. Just drive on the south side of Chicago and then drive to the north side. And that's nothing against the north side, but we've got to get the south side looking like the north side in terms of resources, schools, economic development, and then you will see behavior change.
Well, now President Obama wants his presidential center to be part of that.
Well, if you drive down Lakeshore Drive from Roosevelt Road all the way to 71st Street, you see an absolute difference with the manicuring of the lakefront. If you go from the Loop to the north side all the way to Hollywood, you see flowers.
Absolutely.
You don't see that on the south side. So that's an economic injustice. We got to look better. We always have been told that.
Right.
We got to be double time better.
Kyle, we'll give you the last word here.
No, I think they're definitely hitting it on the head. I think a lot of problems that we're experiencing in our neighborhoods come down to finances. They come down to education. They come down to opportunities. They come down to the fact that everybody has to be in a position to receive the same kind of opportunities as somebody else that's prospering. And a lot of those opportunities aren't filtering down to everyone.
Kyle, Matt, LaDonna, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike.
The Shy.
Yes.
This woman is really...
And by the way, we got signed for season 2.
All right. I love to hear that. That brings insights on violence here at
We're trying to do our very best to pay homage to some amazing people during Black History Month. And one of my absolute favorite people, I tell people growing up, I've got to say, probably the loudest firecracker out of all the radio personalities that I used to listen to would have to be the legendary Miss LaDonna Tittle.
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen,
thank you.
please
Thank you,
put
thank you.
your hands together
Yay!
and welcome
Yay! I love her.
Chicago's very own LaDonna Tittle, better known as Tittle in the Middle.
I'm here. It's another year and I'm still here.
Yes, and you look amazing. How
Thank
are you?
I'm just fine. Listening in on your last conversation, I think all y'all men are cheap.
Wait, you know what? Look, I kind of look sideways.
That's cheap.
That's cheap, LaDonna.
Hey, listen, you got to do something on Valentine's Day.
So where did the cooking come from?
My grandmother, my mother, my aunt, we would sit in the kitchen and watch things, and I would watch my mom, and I always tell people, talk to your relatives, get that recipe, those biscuits that they, cook so good. Mm-hmm. Have them write it down. Write down those recipes, because when they're gone, you'll be going like, boy, Aunt Mary used to do that biscuits real good. Mm-hmm. My mother did extraordinary good peach cobbler. Really? And to this day, because she's in heaven now since 2000, to this day, I wish I had wrote that recipe down, because my two sisters are still trying to do that peach cobbler like she did that peach cobbler. They haven't quite hit it yet.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Almost,
not quite. And the crust is nice and buttery on top. God, and the dough in the middle don't taste like dough, but just tastes like, good stuff. Mm-hmm. I've gotten into the nutrition of food, the health benefits of food, and just trying to eat healthy and stay healthy.
Grew up here in Chicago.
Yeah.
You went to high school where?
At Dunbar Vocational. I went to everybody's high school, by the way.
Oh, and
because I just loved school. I loved school. I'm telling you, you did not want to be at home during the day. My mother would make you wash everything from the floors to the walls to listen, no, she made you keep a clean house.
She made you keep a clean house.
She had 5 kids, okay?
Gotcha.
So you better be doing something. If you weren't in school, you were going to be helping out with the house.
So you actually went to school to keep from doing all that house
Oh my
work.
God. Being the oldest, I had to look after my brother, my sister. I couldn't go any place by myself. It's when you get knee-high to stand up to a sink and wash dishes. It was like, take your brother, take your sister. Come on, she got 5 kids, and we're ranging in them ages, So it was like everybody pitch in and help. So you learned, oh God, I washed diapers. I really think it was because she made sure that I wouldn't have any kids going to high school.
Okay. All right. So that
Mother,
was your
you ruined me.
That was your birth control.
Yes, it absolutely was. And those days, my father and mother, they were young, so they had 2 kids. So they made sure that once we got out of school, we were in dance class, music class, ballet class, theater class.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I always looked like a hard job. I always felt I would die in childbirth, so I never.
So you never wanted to do that?
I never even wanted to have no kids.
Really?
No.
Oh, that's so interesting. Because you've been married.
Yes.
You've had 2 very significant relationships.
I sure did. My husband wanted 12 kids. I asked him for a divorce.
You kidding me?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, my husband, Ronald, bless his heart. He was such a sweetheart.
What do you think the biggest problem is with parenting today?
I don't know. I can say as a former school teacher with CPS and sub-teaching too, and also just speaking with kids, kids like a lot of attention these days. And sometimes they don't get that right attention at home. And it starts at home. It really does. It doesn't start in the streets. Doesn't start with your peer groups, your peer pressure. But it really starts at home. I must say that. And if you've got parents who say, look, you don't have time to think about whether you're going to college because I'm working to send you to school, whether it's public school, private school, charter school. You just got to lay that down that you just can't do anything without some kind of formal education.
That's right. It's important.
It is important.
It is. Really, and home training. Home training and
I do believe it starts at home. I really do. Another surprise here.
Yes, we got some more shy people.
Look, we got some shy people. Look at this braid here. I want that braid. Hey.
My name is, I am Ariel Williams.
And what part do you play?
I play Shy.
Who loves you?
That was the white man, and we're not bringing me a glass of champagne.
She don't need.
I told them that they didn't serve us no champagne because we were black.
That's what she told me.
I know you.